I would say, and this may be like kind of simple, but it is so true. And I've always used this, and it doesn't really matter what business you're in, but you've got to, number one, be willing to serve the market and serve your employees, serve your clients, just be able to serve before you do anything else. And you got to be willing to, and this is what we teach our team and everybody that we have on our team right now. They're amazing. We teach our team, you got to be willing to do the thing that nobody else will do, or you got to be willing to do the thing before you tell somebody else to do it. Even like picking up trash off the floor, I mean, you see something in the office, you don't just walk by the trash, right? You got to be willing to be that person, pick up the trash, do the menial thing, do the task that nobody really wants to do in order to serve the client, serve your team, serve other people, and show other people that, hey, listen, we're all willing to sacrifice, and we're all willing to serve each other before we can move the needle forward. And I know that's a very simple concept, but if you really expand that and overlay that on everything you do, it's always going to produce fruit.
What's up, everybody? This episode is sponsored by Exitwise. If you're a business owner thinking about selling your company, whether that's now or years down the road, you need to know what your business is actually worth and how to maximize that exit. That's exactly what Exitwise does. They help you prepare, position, and ultimately sell your business by assembling a world-class team of M&A experts around you, guiding you from valuation all the way through closing. If you want to know what your business is really worth and how to increase that number before you sell, go check out exitwise.com and get ahead of it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Big Hitters Podcast. I'm joined by Brett Thomas. He's a friend of mine from Rise Up Kings. Brett has been, he has a strategy company with his wife. He has a direct sales company as well. He formerly had a previous life in medical sales, and he's got his hands in a lot of different things. He's a serial guy, so I'm excited to dive into it with him here today. Brett, man, tell us your story, dude. Tell us about all the stuff you got going on.
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me on, Andrew. It's really nice to see you again. And yeah, we come together through Rise Up Kings. That was a great program. Does a lot of things for a lot of guys. So huge advocate of that program. But to give you like the scaled down version. So right out of college, I went into medical device sales. I was hired by the largest privately held manufacturing distributor in North America, and went through the whole gambit of sales, management, senior VP, all the way up the chain, and did that for 25 years and helped to grow that company to $19 billion while we still stayed private, believe it or not. It's crazy, right? And then for like the last 7-8 years of that company, my wife and I had been really like just praying about, talking about, really trying to strategize, and we envisioned working together and building something together. And so 6 years ago, I resigned finally from that company. It was a shock to a lot of people that I work with. They're like, "What are you doing, man? You've been here 25 years." I'm like, "Yeah, probably should have done it 3 years ago, but today's the day. So congratulations." So yeah, resigned from there.
That's awesome, man.
Pardon?
I'm sorry. Keep going. You were. There's a bit of a delay. Sorry. I'll let you speak for longer. Keep going.
Okay. So I resigned 6 years ago, and we started building our strategy business together. It's called Live Out Loud. We help entrepreneurial faith-based women take their business, their life, and their faith to a whole nother level. There's a bunch of different components of that business, and so we have that. And then we also, 7 years ago, we became founders in a direct sales company that we started with a bunch of other couples, and it's called Amari Global. It's all based around gut health, brain health. Got a bunch of like really top level unique products. We actually just released a brand new collagen on Friday last week, and so that's going to be the next big hero product that we're going to do. And so we have that, and then I also do some consulting services on the side, coach some guys on the not on the side, but it's trying to serve and do what I'm called to do in whatever capacity. That's what I've always strived to do, and either the for-profit side or just the serving side. And so we stay busy. And then we live in Newport Beach, California. Have two daughters. One is a junior at University of Alabama, and the other one's going to graduate this year from high school, and she's going to a pretty cool private university, also in Alabama, believe it or not, called Samford. So we're excited about that.
I know Samford very well. I was a part of a ministry called Campus Outreach, which started at Samford University. It was like the where that ministry was birthed. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. And there's a really strong campus ministry there still. This episode is brought to you by Pierre Tax and Accounting, led by CPA Eric Pierre, a seasoned accounting and tax expert with years of experience helping individuals and businesses navigate complex financial landscapes. Whether you need personal tax planning, business tax strategy, bookkeeping, or financial planning support, Eric and his team are committed to helping you protect and grow your financial future with clarity and confidence. To get expert guidance you can trust, check out Pierre Tax and Accounting at pierreaccounting.com. This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high-income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long-term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team. Brett, the direct sales company, that's interesting. So what's the name of that company? And so it sounds like collagen, a few other products. Like, tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's a great question. So the name of the company is called Amari Global. We're in 28 different countries. Primarily, we're founded here in the U.S., actually right near our home here in Newport Beach, right down the road in Irvine. Our headquarters is now officially based in Utah. Then we also have our finance department based in New Jersey. But it's a company that we're focused on gut health, brain health, high performance products. So we do everything from nootropics to anything related to gut health, brain health. And we try to take the aspect of mental wellness and wrap 360 degrees around it. So the collagen is, from the inside out, it improves your overall mental wellness, mental acuity, because, if your skin and your joints and your body's performing well, your mental wellness is going to be good. So that's kind of like the concept behind the whole gamut of products that we offer. We've got 43 different products, everything from a multivitamin all the way up to, a brand new high-tech collagen that we just released. So there's a lot of things in between the baseline products and all the way up to the high-tech products.
Let's talk about the coaching business and the transformations 360 your life. So coaching high-level founders, females. It's really cool to see you come alongside your wife in doing that. Like, what are some of the transformations and types of things that you typically work on with people?
Yeah, so, there's three pillars in that business. And so it's business, it's life, and faith. And so in business, pretty much it is what it is. And so we typically take women that come in and they're on the average, doing around 300, 400, 500,000 in revenue. And then we try to triple, quadruple, 10x their revenue. We focus on really faith first, because the faith is really what holds all the women and puts the strategy together. I mean, it's always God first, right? And so we focus on driving their business forward, on accelerating their business, building momentum, building stability, help them with systems, help them with recruitment, help them with whatever holes they have. But it's a true mastermind where we get the women to collaborate together. So if you have one woman that needs a product or needs a system or needs something, there's typically 3 or 4 or 5 other women in there that have already walked down the road, already have a solution for her, already have the resources. And so it's a true mastermind. So that's the business side. Life could be anything between marriage and kids, relationships, your family, nutrition, fitness, anything that's going to make your life better. And then obviously the faith piece. The faith piece, it's really a mastermind in and of itself. It's almost like a business mastermind and a faith mastermind. Then we converge those two. But my wife is a genius when it comes to the faith piece. I mean, she is. I know I'm married to her, but she is truly anointed. People call her like the young Joyce Myers, because wow. She gets on, man. She can be on fire. We had we had our international convention in Chicago last week for our direct sales company, and we were both scheduled to go on in the morning. We had a kind of like a prayer breakfast with a portion of our team. We had about 150 people in the room. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she started talking, and next thing I know, I'm like, I don't need to say anything. I mean, she just crushed it. And so that's typically what she does in the mastermind. I mean, she is a one anointed woman. I have to give her props in that. And so that's what she does. She
So
really just
let's be honest. You're just a trophy. You're really just a trophy husband, if we're really being honest.
some days I'll take it. Some days, yeah. Yeah,
I love that. I
yeah,
love
and
that.
then
What is that?
and then the coaching side, the consulting side. Every now and then I'll dive back into the medical device world. My history for those 25 years, it's all in distribution, manufacturing, marketing, sales leadership, advanced development with people. And so, I was fortunate. I led a $1 billion division with about 100 people in it. And that was great for a long time, but I learned a lot. And so that way I can still kind of fall back in that world. And I help some guys. Actually, I help some husband clients, right? Because everybody needs strategy. Everybody needs some kind of coaching. So that always helps. It's fun too. Sometimes it's a chargeable item, and sometimes it's a no charge item. Just really depends on the scenario.
This episode is brought to you by 10X Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10X Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker. They only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by Rakowski Law Firm. If you're a business owner or have built a level of wealth, but you don't have your estate plan dialed in, you're exposed. Rakowski Law Firm helps families and business owners protect their assets, avoid probate, and make sure everything transfers exactly how it should. This isn't just paperwork, it's a real strategy to protect your legacy. If you haven't looked at your plan in a while or don't have one, go to rakowskilawfirm.com. Brett, what are some things that are going really well in your businesses right now? And what are some challenges that you guys are facing or trying to overcome?
Oh man, it's almost like the push and the pull. So I would say what's going really well right now is the growth. I'll just talk about the strategy business because that's kind of where we intersect. And so the strategy business is going really well. The business is growing. We're providing a lot of great solutions. People are really gravitating towards the business. It's getting a lot. It's very, very more well known per se, and we're not even running ads to the business yet, which has been another blessing from God that we haven't had to run ads, and we still have an influx of new clients and a lot of eyeballs on the business. And then so whenever you have a lot of growth, whenever you have those blessings, you also have challenges, right? So I would say the biggest challenges we have right now are continue to expand the team, but expand the team with the right people, right? We've had a lot of experience, I'll say it, in the last 3 years, running through some different employees and trying to hire the right person. That person may not have worked out. And listen, there's always a blessing and there's always a lesson in everything you do, everyone you hire. Sometimes you have to hire someone and it works out for a while, and then you got to bless and release. And so I would just say the biggest challenge we have right now is just matching our growth with the right people and the right systems. We just installed a new CRM this year, and the person that runs our operations, she's a genius. And that's been probably one of the best things that we've done in a long time, because you got to slow down to speed up sometimes, right? And so we had to slow down in order to get that, build it out, get everything connected. But now that we've done that, it's definitely like providing an extreme amount of acceleration and momentum for the business. So that's been great.
That's awesome. What is next for you guys? Like where would you like to see the business in a year, 2 years, 3 years?
It's a great question. I would say in terms of growth, which obviously there's always capacity needs and team needs and things like that. I would like to see us 5x the business in the next 3 years in terms of revenue. And then on the direct sales side, I believe we can get our overall revenue to $1 billion in the next 5 years if we do things the right way. We have the right product launches and maybe get into a few new countries. You never know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What is a business principle or, lesson that you really love imparting to people, or that you've learned personally from your experience owning businesses?
I would say and this may be like kind of simple, but it is so true. And I've always used this, and it doesn't really matter what business you're in, but you've got to, number one, be willing to serve the market and serve your employees, serve your clients, just be able to serve before you do anything else. And you got to be willing to, and this is what we teach our team and everybody that we have on our team right now. They're amazing. We teach our team, you got to be willing to do the thing that nobody else will do, or you got to be willing to do the thing before you tell somebody else to do it. Even like picking up trash off the floor, I mean, you see something in the office, you don't just walk by the trash, right? You got to be willing to be that person, pick up the trash, do the menial thing, do the task that nobody really wants to do in order to serve the client, serve your team, serve other people, and show other people that, hey, listen, we're all willing to sacrifice, and we're all willing to serve each other before we can move the needle forward. And I know that's a very simple concept, but if you really expand that and overlay that on everything you do, it's always going to produce fruit.
I love that. That's a great word. You and I know each other through Rise Up Kings. I always like to get a little soundbite for those guys, but what's a big way it's changed your life, ministry, business, any and all of the above?
Man, it's interesting you asked that, because there's so many things I could say. I would tell a guy that was interested in Rise Up Kings that the 3-day experience that you go through initially in order to get into the mastermind is the best thing that you'll ever do. Because I have a lot of guys that I refer over, and they're like, they watch the videos and they don't understand, because I don't really tell them a lot, and they watch the videos of that 3-day experience. They're like, that's not really like my jam. I don't really, I'm like, listen, man, you got to just pray about it, trust the Lord. And if you're called to that, don't necessarily look at the video and make a decision by that, because you're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn about God. You're going to learn about what your family needs so much deeper over those 3 days. And then that opens the door for you to get into a mastermind with 100 other guys that have been through the same experience. And there's an immediate bond, and you'll see things and you'll learn things about yourself, and you'll open up doors for yourself or your business or your family that would never be open before. So I think it's one of the best masterminds you can get into.
Amen. Brett, you're full of it. You got a lot of energy. Is there anything that we haven't covered today, man? We've covered a lot of different topics. Anything that we haven't talked about today that gets you fired up?
I would say the one question people ask me is like energy and getting up and doing everything that I do every day. Cause I kind of have like this regimen. I get up every day, I read, spend time with God, hit the sauna, hit the cold plunge, hit the gym, and eat well. And I would say, if you're really trying to start off your day the best way possible, I would say that's the regimen I would recommend. And then get on your phone, then get into business, then do whatever you got to do. But the biggest thing I can tell you is just start off the day with the Lord. Have that quiet time. And it might be 5 minutes one day. It might be 30 minutes one day, but just do that. And if you don't do it today, make a discipline for that, and it'll change your life. I promise you.
Amen. Well, this has been fun, man. I like to keep them short and sweet. We covered a lot of ground in a very little bit of time. Where can people go if they want to learn more about you and your various businesses?
I would say just follow me on Instagram. It's Brett C. Thomas 1, Brett with 2 T's, Brett C. Thomas 1. That's the best place, and you can get diversified when you get there.
I love it, man. Well, hey, everybody, go check out Brett and his companies. Check out what he and his wife are up to with 360 Your Life. And Brett, don't go anywhere because I want to keep talking, but thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Hey, man, you bet. Thank you.